Yoga Nidra with Mont Blanc Yoga. Today our Yoga Nidra is focusing on balance. Find your position of choice now before we begin. Either sitting or lying, making yourself as comfortable as possible, using cushions to pad and support you, a cover or blanket if you prefer to feel cocooned, maybe a scarf or an eye bag to rest on your eyes and bring you closer, moving inwards. Have a little wriggle to find any parts of you that haven't quite settled. Checking for any clothing or materials below and around you that may disturb you during practice and smoothing them out. Rest your limbs where they feel most grounded and let them soften and take the support from below them. Spread your shoulders gently to loosen any tension, and then let go of holding. Watch them return to center and relax. Stretch through your fingers and your feet, and then allow them to draw back in as you release. Turn and roll your head gently from side to side, right and left, and then let it return to that central point where both sides of your neck feel even, that evenness running down into both collarbones and shoulders. Take one last moment to make sure you feel settled where you're going to be for the next 30 minutes or so, knowing that you can still move if you feel the need to at any point. If you haven't already, and you feel comfortable to do so, allow your eyelids to drop and close the window to the world around you, knowing it will wait there patiently for you to return. Feel yourself accept the absence now of any need to do. Just be here in your space, still, secure, safe. Yoga Nidra Balance begins. Start this practice by asking yourself how you are. How do you feel physically? How does your mind feel? Each time that you ask this question of yourself may bring a different answer. Now imagine the answers you have found written on a piece of paper and pop them in an envelope to file them away for now. And come now to your sankalpa, your intention for this practice, and ask yourself what you really want to find in this Yoga Nidra. What do you really need, physically or mentally, here and now? Perhaps you need relaxation for both, or perhaps strength in both, perhaps energy in both physical and mental, perhaps stillness in both. There are many answers. Find the answer in one or two words that spring to mind for you here and now in this moment. What do you really need? And then take this word or words that have sprung to mind and add them to this statement of intent. I will be given. Now say this statement to yourself in your head or out loud, slowly and with certainty in your voice, repeating it 3 times and letting your consciousness accept it. Imagine now writing that same statement, I will be given, and your word, on a piece of paper 3 times in a row. Imagine now slipping this into another envelope and placing it at the very front of your file. And then close the drawer of the filing cabinet to be checked on later. Bring your attention now to your ears, right and left, and the sounds entering your perception through their channels. Far away sounds in the distance, which drift away as you bring your focus to sounds in the building and room around you. Sounds in your left ear. Sounds in your right ear. Now draw inwards and listen to the sound of you. Balancing that point of hearing and bringing the left and the right into center. Listen for your heartbeat. Listen for pulses. Listen for that little voice in your head, still trying to gain attention. Listen for silence, perhaps already within you. Now listen for your breath. Just watch it now, no need to control. Watch its pattern and rhythm. Watch the inhale and the exhale, noticing the length of each and noticing the depth of each. Watch for any tiny stalls and hiccups, bumps in their journey. No judgment, just be aware. Now gently begin to take control of your breath, adjusting the inhale and exhale to your will. Begin to lengthen and slow the inhale. Begin to adjust and balance the exhale to the inhale. Deepen the next few inhales, taking them further and further down through the center of you to your belly, feeling the belly swell to accept them. Now focus on your next few exhales as they balance the inhales. As your belly softens, as the exhale begins its journey slowly back up through the center of you. Notice any slight stalls and hiccups in your breath now, and smooth them over, relaxing any holding, slowing it down to stretch them out, finding balance in your breath. Balance in your breath that connects and balances your mind and body. A balanced rhythm. Release control of your breath now and let it settle back to its own balanced dance of bringing new useful energy in and releasing stale, unneeded energy out. Bring your focus now to your body and head and limbs, scanning round as I say these words to see which parts come to your attention, connecting with the word. Solid, empty, light, dark, hot, cold, warm, hard, soft, shallow, deep, top, bottom, closed, open, tense, easeful, dull, connected. Imagine now a line drawn down through you from the centre of your crown, over your face, down your throat, across your chest, your waist, belly, continuing on down across the space, separating your legs, your knees, and your feet. Take your focus to your right baby toe. Run your focus then across your right toes to your right big toe. Then cross over to your left big toe and along your left toes to your left baby toe. Focus on your right toes. Focus on your left toes. Find the center point of balance between them. Now bring your attention to your right shin at the front of your leg and move around to the calf at the back of the leg. Circle back to the front and move your attention across the center line to the left shin. Move around to the calf and the back and back to your left shin. Move up your left leg further and focus then on your left knee. Notice the roundness of the joint on the front of your knee. And then move round to the back of it, to where it curves inwards. Cross over to your right knee and find the smooth roundness of the front of it, a soft curve behind the joint. Move up your right leg from here and find the supple strength of your thigh, the length of the quad muscle on the front, balancing the hamstring on the back of your thigh. Switch over to your left thigh and find the same strength, the same balance in the muscles front and back. The whole of your right leg and the whole of your left leg. the whole of your legs balanced. Focus now on your torso and your hands and arms. Imagine the two halves of you, right and left of the center line. 8 fingers, 2 thumbs, 2 hands, 2 palms, right hand and left hand, reflecting each other and balanced. Your right wrist, your right forearm, elbow and upper arm, reflecting each other and balanced with the left. Hands and arms that work separately, but together to give you balance in connecting with the world around you. 2 hands that join together to balance and center us. 2 arms that wrap around others together to bring you and give them comfort. Bring your awareness to the left side of your torso, the front of this from the left collarbone to the left hip, the back of it, the side of it. Bring your awareness to the right side of your torso, the front of this from the right collarbone to the right hip, the back of it, the side of it. 2 sides of the same thing, balanced, front, back, and side. Asymmetric organs within your right side and left side that complement each other and that work together to find balance inside you. Joints and muscles on either side, reflecting the opposite to allow freedom of movement and balance as they work together. The right side of your body, the left side of your body, always finding that center and bringing balance. Move your awareness to your head now, to the front of your head. Externally, your facial features. Right eyebrow balancing the left, left eye balancing the right, left and right nostrils working separately but as a pair. Top lip, bottom lip moving together to bring communication. Your right ear and left ear working separately and together to receive balanced communications and messages. Inside your head, the left side of your brain and the right side of your brain, bringing you cognitive balance. Move inward now through your right nostril, through your Pingala Nadi, your right energy channel, running down through to the base of your torso, bringing active, warm energy to you. Moving inward then through your left nostril to your Ida Nadi, your left energy channel, running down through to the base of your torso, bringing cool, calm energy to you. The right and left channels, balancing your energetic flow. Move finally to the center line, running through from your forehead to your base, and the Sushumna Nadi deep inside, the main energetic channel that takes the balance from the other two to allow a free flow of prana, our life force, to move through us physically, emotionally, and mentally, and to bring complete balance. The whole of you, right and left, head to foot, balanced. Now come to the visualization. Visualize a set of old-fashioned scales. The two saucer type containers balanced on the center point. Empty, completely balanced and centered. Beside them are some old-fashioned weights, 6 weights in total, 2 each of 3 sizes. Pick up one of the smallest weights and place it in whichever saucer you choose. As you do, the saucer will lower. The other side rises and sways. Take the same size of weight and place it on the other saucer, watching it lower and the other side rising to meet in height, swaying a little until they stop side by side, balanced. Take the next size up of weight and place it on whichever saucer you choose, watching the reaction of the scales again. Then pick up the weight's exact copy and place it on the opposite saucer, and watch the scales move, sway, stop, and settle. Now pick up the biggest weight and choose a saucer and place it on. Watch as it causes the biggest disturbance between the two sides of the scales. When they both stop, one low down and one high up, slightly precarious in their holding of their weights, pick up the last weight and gently place it on the opposite saucer, and watching as the two sides move up and down, bouncing slightly as they level off, back at their starting point, completely balanced. Now take the weights off again, one by one, on one side only, until the other side almost reaches tipping point. Then take the weights off this saucer and let the two sides level and balance. Now look back at the weights and pick each one up. Under them, each has a label. These labels on the weights belong to your everyday life. No two labels are the same, even in the same size of weights. Look to the labels on the small weights first. On one, it says work and responsibilities. On the other, it says downtime and pleasure. Take the two little weights and place them carefully at the same time on either side of your scales, and watch the saucers hardly move as they balance completely. Now look at the middle-sized weights and the labels. One says fun and freedom. The other says health and self-care. Place them both on the saucers at the same time and find the balance there. Take up the biggest weights and look at their labels. One says family, friends, and the world that needs you. The other simply says you. Take both of these and, with care not to disturb the equilibrium, place them on either side of the scales gently and evenly. The scales sit perfectly, saucers side by side, no swaying, no tension, no disparity, neither of them moving up to weigh the other down. Complete and perfect balance on the scales, complete and perfect balance in your life. Bring your awareness back to your space now, to your physical connection to the present. Become aware again of your breath and its balanced flow. The balanced flow between the inhale and the exhale. Balancing energy as your breath moves in and out of your physical body. Become aware again of the different parts of your physical body. Your right foot, right leg, your right hand, your right arm, right shoulder, back and front, right ribs and side body, the right hip and pelvis, the whole of your right side from shoulder to toes, your left foot, left leg, left hand and arm, left shoulder, back and front, your left ribs and side body, the left hip and pelvis, the whole of your left side from shoulder to toes, the whole of your right side, the whole of your left side, your whole, complete and balanced physical body. Within that body, become aware again of solid, empty, light, dark, hot, cold, warm, hard, soft, shallow, deep, top, bottom, closed, open, tense, easeful, dull, connected. Bring your focus to your head and face, your right and left eyes, right and left nostrils, right and left ears, right and left jawbones, the whole of your head, complete and balanced. Notice again any smell arising through both your right and left nostrils. Notice any tastes in your mouth sitting on your tongue. Notice balanced light filtering through your right and left eyelids. Listen for the sounds around you and far away in the distance. Bring to mind again the envelope containing your sankalpa for this practice. Imagine opening and seeing the statements written on the pieces of paper, which began, "I will be given." Now change those statements to "I have been given," adding your word of what you felt you really needed. And then repeat, "I have been given," with that word to yourself 3 more times with positivity. Your Yoga Nidra is now complete. Slowly begin to stir in your space, wiggling left and right fingers together, squeezing both hands into a fist and releasing, stretching one side from shoulder to big toe, and then the other, and then taking a balanced stretch of both sides together. Take any other movements you feel you need to restore energy and balance in your physical body. Take a long, slow inhale and let out a long, slow exhale to awaken your senses and balance your rhythms again. When you feel ready, move up to sitting if necessary with ease, and stop a moment there to find that equilibrium between resting and moving. Remember to take plenty of water in to balance your internal systems, which can be disturbed during Yoga Nidra practice. Allow yourself time to process without getting involved with any emotional reactions to the practice. These will settle. Have a good night's sleep, and when you waken tomorrow, enjoy the balance you have given yourself here through your Yoga Nidra practice. Namaste.